Hello, I welcome you all to these revisions. So these are two past papers under geometric progression that I gave you in the quiz test last night. So I want us to revise through this together. So this is 2019 paper 2 GCE. This is the first question that I'm going to start with. So those of you that recently joined us, this is a public lesson. I want us to discuss this together public on YouTube. So let's see how we are going to answer this particular question. So this is good for your revisions. So make sure you write down this question and see how I'm going to answer it. I want to make it as simple as possible so that you may understand it through. So even those that are not under my online tuitions can still benefit from this. So the question is saying, in a GP means geometric progression, third term is 16 and fifth term is 4. Calculate the first question. We are told to calculate the first term and common ratio. We want to find the first term and the common ratio. How can we answer this particular question? For us to answer this question, the first thing that should come to mind is we get the data that is given. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to lab this question. This is the find the 10th term. So don't forget this. Then the last question is where we are told to find the sum to infinity. Then we are done with the GP in this particular past paper. And we go to the other one. So the first question here is telling us to find the first term and the common ratio. How can you find the first term and the common ratio? You say you are given the third term. So third term is equal to what? 16. And the fifth term, term number 5, is equal to what? Is equal to 4. This is what you are given. So you want to find the first term and the common ratio. For you to answer this question, you know that where we are going to form two simultaneous equations. So you do this. This is this formula for the nth term is like this, where you say this is equal to a r n minus 1. This is the formula for the nth term. So I will start with this one. So in this case, term number 3, meaning n is equals to 3. So t 3 like that is equal to, I don't know the first term, I don't know the common ratio, but I know the third term, 3n. I do this. And I know that it is what? It is 3. So this is what I'm going to do. After doing this, I substitute. What is term number 3? What is my term number 3? Term number 3. Term number 3 is 16. So here I put 16 is equal to a r 3 minus 1, it is 2. So I call this as my equation 1. This is what you need to do. So you need to form two equations. So I've formed the first equation. So forming another equation, I know that this one here, so I'm referring to this. I will still use this same one that is here. This formula here. This is the formula for the nth term. So I know that t there, 5, is equal to a, I don't know. R, which is common ratio, I don't know. But n, I know that it is what? Fifth term, 5. So I say 5 minus 1. This is what I'm going to do. Then what is my fifth term? I know that fifth term is 4, which is equal to a r power 4. So this is your equation what? This is your equation 2, like this. So we formed two equations. So these equations which are formed, then I need to solve them simultaneously. I find the value of a, which is the first term, the value of r, which is the common ratio. This is what I'm going to do, and this is what you need to do. So after doing this, you say this. you get these equations. So I'm going to write them here, these two equations. So I've got 16 is equal to AR squared. I also have 4 is equal to AR to the power 4. These are the two equations that I have. So I can lab this part. Let me lab this part like this. So these are the two equations that I've remained with. I get this one on top. That is 16 is equal to AR squared. You make A the subject of the formula. So making A the subject of the formula, you divide both sides by R squared. Even here you divide by R squared. So R squared cancelled. You remain with the A here. A is equal to 16 over R squared. So we've made what? We've made A the subject of the formula. This is what you need to do. This is quite involving, but as long as you follow me properly, this is manageable. You can manage this. So just understand these procedures that I'm doing. I've made A the subject of the formula. So this is the A that I've made the subject of the formula. After making A the subject of the formula, I substitute in the other equation. This is the equation that remained. Don't get the equation that you got at first. You get this equation where there is A, put the value there. You've said A is equal to 16 over R squared. So you are going to have 4, which is equal to A is what? 16 over R squared, like this. Then R there will remain R power 4, like that. I've always told you that each time you're dividing, obviously numbers of the same base, you subtract their what? Powers. So that's the same as 2 there cancelled. 2 into 4, it is 2. So there you remain with a 2. This is what we've remained with. So we've remained with 4 is equal to 16 R squared down cancelled. You have remained with R what? Squared. R squared, like this. What am I supposed to do here? I divide by what? 16. Even here I divide by what? 16. 16 cancelled. This is what I need to do. 16 what? Cancelled. These two need to cancel each other. So after I do this, then I say R squared is now equal to what? Is equal to 4 over 16. You introduce the square root here. You also introduce the square root there. So this square root and this square will be cancelled. You are going to remain with R, which is equal to plus or minus. What is the square root of 4? Square root of 4 is 2. What is the square root of 16? Square root of 16 is 4 over what? Over 4, like this. Which you can therefore reduce this plus or minus. 2 there, 1. 2 there, 2. So it's 1 over 2. Meaning that your common ratio is equal to what? Plus or minus 1 over 2. This is what you need to do. These are things that you need to know and understand. So this is the common ratio that you found. So mainly we just get to be interested in the positive number. So you need to indicate, you say you found common ratio is equal to 1 over 2, like this. We do this. Common ratio is equal to what? 1 over 2. You need to indicate this. Then you say you get this one, a positive one, which is 1 over 2. And then you are told to find the what? What are you told to find? You want to find the first term. What is the first term? Have you seen A is equal to 16 over R squared? You now know R, what R is. So you can substitute R there. So I can love this part like this. We know what R is. We've done these calculations. So we know the R. So what you're going to do is this. You're going to say A is equal to 16 divide. What is your R? R is 1 over 2, like this. Then squared. So I've written it like this so that you understand. This is divide by. It's the same one which is here. There is a fraction here so that you understand. A is equal to 16. Then divide by, you divide. What is 1 squared? It is 1. What is 2 squared? It is what? It is 4. Like this. So here now, you say this is equal to A is equal to 16. This changes to times 4 goes on top, 1 down. Then you've got your first term which is equal to what? 64. 16 times 4, 64. So the first term there is what? Your first term is 64 and the common ratio is 1/2. This is what you need to know and understand. As simple as this. The other question was telling you to find the what? That other question was telling you to find the what? The 10th term. So as long as you know the common ratio and the first term, you can find any term that you want. So these are important things. So we've answered the first part just like this. This is how you are supposed to answer it. I'm very brief so that you may understand and not miss any point. So we've established an understanding. Common ratio is equal to plus or minus 1/2. Our first term is equal to what? 64 is equal to 64. You want to find the 10th term. So n is equal to 10 like this. So now what we are going to do is you get this number like this is equal to a r n minus 1. So 10th term, you put a 10 there. You say this is equal to, what is your first term? 64. What is your common ratio? 1/2. You do this. To the power what? N is 10 minus 1. Like this. This is just the same as 64 multiplied by 1/2 to the power 9 like this. You just punch this the way they are on your calculator like this. This is paper 2, geometric progression. You are allowed to use a calculator. So you get your calculator. Go to my calculator. I punch this. 64 open bracket 1/2 cross bracket to the power 9. What answer are we getting? What answer are you going to get? So you get the answer. My calculator is giving me 0.125. This is the answer that my calculator is what is giving me. This is which is just the same as 1/8. It is just one and the same thing. So you can write this one or you can still write that one. These are the answers that you need to get. The last question was telling us to find, so the last question was telling us to find the sum to infinity. How can you find the sum to infinity? How can you find the sum to infinity? You write your formula nicely where you say, what is the formula? Here you just need to understand formulas. Sum to infinity is equal to a over 1 minus r. I told you that you can only find the sum to infinity if the modulus of radius is less than what? 1. But if the, this is common ratio, sorry, not radius, this is common ratio. If the modulus of common ratio is less than 1. But if it is greater than 1, then the sum to infinity does not exist to that particular series. So you say this is now equal to, like this. What is your first term? 64 over. What is your common ratio? 1/2. What is your answer? That is 64. You say divide. This is the division here. 1 minus 1/2. You still get 1/2. So if you find that one times 2/1, they are going to reciprocate. So therefore, you can now conclude and say that your sum to infinity is 64 times 2, you get 120 8. So meaning that this is the sum to infinity. This is what you are supposed to do. So make sure that you understand this. You get each and every point that I'm saying here. These are simple things. You are supposed to know them and understand them. So I'm done with this part. Let me now go to the next question, which is a 2018 paper 2 for the internal candidates. So these are papers. Even if you are writing GCE, you are an internal candidate, don't be limited that you can't revise through papers for the internals, you can't revise through papers for the GCE. No, exam papers are the same, questions are the same. So it's very important for you to be revising through each and every paper. So now we proceed and look at 2018 paper 2, geometric progression. This is another question for 2018 paper 2, geometric progression. So now, how can we answer this particular question? As you can see, it has come in a different way. So I'm here to tell you that this is the time that you have for you to be serious with your academics. Don't say you still have time. I want to produce people that will get distinctions. So make sure that you are serious. You are writing down these questions in your book and all the solutions, and don't just pack them. Be studying these things. So now you are given the first 3 terms. So this is the first is the question is supposed to be the first. So these are the first 3 terms of a GP. So these are the first 3 terms of a GP. So this is how it was supposed to be. The first 3 terms of a GP are K plus 4, K and 2K minus 5. You are taught to find the value of K and finding the first 3 terms. These are the 3 questions that we want to answer. So let me do this. Okay, so we want to find the value of K. You just need to say this is the first term, this is the second term, this is the third term, according to how they are given. How do you find the value of K? You just say K3 over K2, which is equal to K2 over K1. I mean T3 over T2, T2 over T1. This is the formula that you need to use. As simple as this. Is this difficult? No. You just need to know this formula. So don't think of other ways in which you can answer this. You still have a lot of things to know and to understand. Just get this formula and apply it. What is your T3? 2K minus 15. You say over. What is your T2? T2 is K, which is equal to, what is T2K over, what is T1? K plus 4. Then you cross multiply. So how do we cross multiply? This will go with that. So that is 2K minus 15. You do this. Then it will go with that one. K plus 4. Which is equal to, what is K times K? It is K squared. This is what you are going to do. And then from here, you say, what is 2K times K? This is how we multiply. You get 2K multiplied with everything in the bracket there. 2K times K. You get 2K squared. 2K times 4. 8K. You are done with that. Negative 15 times K. I go to negative 15. I get negative 15K. Negative 15 times 4. I get negative what? 60. Which is equal to K what? K squared. Like this. It is equal to what? K squared. So this is what I'm supposed to do. I follow these procedures properly and nicely. Where I'm going to do this, I say I group the like terms together. So this is 2k squared. This is, have you seen, this is 2k, this is just k. So you can't say that cancel them. No, these are different. So when this one comes this side, it becomes minus k squared like that. Then you can subtract here. It is very easy for you to subtract. What is 8 minus 15? 8 minus 15, you get 7. So minus 7k. 8 minus 15 is negative 7k. Minus what? 60. Here we've got a 0 there. There is nothing there. So here, what is your answer there? What answer are you getting here? You are getting a k squared minus 7k minus 60 equal to what? Equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation. So we've now formed a quadratic equation. This is a quadratic equation that we have formed. So we need now to solve this quadratic equation using any method that we are comfortable with. So once you reach here now, you need to find the what? The product, sum, and factors. You know that this is a quadratic equation. So what are your products? You find the product. What are your products? So you can use any method that you are comfortable with. As for me, I'm going to go with factorization because it is very simple. So product, you multiply, you know that this is your A. Your A is 1. What is your B? Your B is negative 7. What is your C? Your C is negative what? Negative 60. So for you to find the product, you multiply A times C. 1 times negative 60. You get negative what? 60. Then the sum, you just get the B, which is negative what? Negative 7. What are your factors now? So how do we find factors? We say that what two numbers can we multiply to get 60, negative 60? And if we are to add those two numbers, we need to get negative 7. So what are those numbers? It is just what? It is just 5 and negative 7. You do this. These are the numbers that you need to get, such that if you say 5 times 7, what answer are you going to get? Okay, so it is not these, just these ones. It is 12 and 5. 12 and 5. So say negative 12 and 5. These are the two numbers. So negative 12 and 5. So let me just confirm. So 12 times 5 still gets 60. Negative 12 plus 5. This is negative 7. So these are the what? These are the factors. So these are the factors that we have gotten. So I'm solving this using factorization method. You can use any method that you are comfortable with. Some people are comfortable using formula method. You can use any method that you are comfortable with. By the end of the day, we'll still get the same answer. So now here what we are supposed to do now, if the coefficient is 1 there, the coefficient is 1. If the coefficient is 1, so if the coefficient is 1, you just go direct. You say k, there is minus 12 there. You do this. Then you say k, there is plus 5 there. Plus 5. You say equal to what? Equal to 0. So you solve this 2, you get this one equates to 0. You get this one equates to 0. So if I get k minus 12 equal to 0, what is my answer? K is equal to 0 plus 12. So meaning that my k is equal to what? 12. This is my k. K is 12. If I get this one here, so let me write it here. If I get this one here, which is k plus 5, if I equate it to 0, it will be k is equal to 0 minus 5. Hope you understand. When a number crosses, the sign will change. So you get negative 5. So in the question, if you check this past paper, you are told that where k is a positive value, so k is a positive value, or rather a positive integer. So meaning that k is positive. So you have k is equal to 12 this side. You have k is equal to negative 5. Which one is a positive answer? 12. So you now conclude that therefore k is equal to 12. This is your answer. As simple as this. So in this question, we were tested if we can manage to solve a quadratic equation using any method, completing of the square method, formula method, factorization method, any method that you are comfortable with, you need to use that particular method. So we've answered that k is equal to what? K is equal to 12. So the value of k is what? 12. The next question, you are told to find what? The next question, you are told to find the first 3 terms. How can you find the first 3 terms? So hope you've seen all these procedures that I was doing. Hope you are able to understand. So I go back to my question. This is my wonderful question. So I know that k is 12. K is 12. So where there is k, I put 12. So that is 12 plus 4, the first term. Second term is 12. Third term is 2 times 12 minus 15. So here this is 16. This is 12. This is 24. 24 minus 15. So 24 minus 15. One here. What answer am I getting? What answer am I getting? 9. So these are the first 3 terms. This is the first term. Where there is k, just put a 12. 12. I put a 12. First, second, third. These are the first 3 terms of a what? Geometric progression which was given. This is what you need to know and understand. 16, 12, and 9. As simple as this. So if you want to conclude, you can conclude. Therefore, the first 3 terms of this is 16, 12, and 9. This is how they are arranged. First term, second term, third term. Like this. You are done. You end here. So these are some of the things that you are supposed to do. So I expected you to do this, but it's so happened that some people are failing to work out this. Some people are failing to answer this. Then other question you are told to find, the last one, is where you are told now to find the sum to infinity. This is the formula. Sum to infinity is equal to a over 1 minus r, like that. Where you know that sum to infinity is equal to, what is your first term? First term is 16 over 1 minus r. What is your common ratio? How do we find the common ratio? We say T2 divide T1. T2 is 12 over 16. Which number can go into 12 and 16? 4 there, it is 3. 4 there, it is 4. So divide by 3 over 4. So instead of saying divide by, since there is a fraction here, I will say divide by, or I will do this, over 1 minus 3 over 4. This is what you are supposed to do. You say this is now equal to 16 divide. Now, divide here. This is division. What is the answer there? 1 minus 3 over 4. So, you can punch that on your calculator. There is no problem. But if you don't want, you can do it manually. There is no problem. So 1 minus 3 over 4, 1. Common denominator 4. 1 into 4, 4. 4 times 1, 4. Minus 4 into 4, 1. 1 times 3, it is 3. What is the answer there? 1 over 4. So 1 over what? 1 over 4. So here you say this is now equal to 16. This changes to times 4 over 1. So what is 16 times 4? 16 times 4. What answer are you getting? Sum to infinity is equal to 64. This is your answer. This is what you are supposed to do. So these are things that I expected people to do. This is what you needed to do. As simple as this. So we end here. I believe you've seen all the calculations I've done, and you are able to follow through. So we end here. I think this will really help you. So if there is someone that is watching this video and is not under my online tuitions, it is just 100 kwacha per month. 100 kwacha per month. You get to learn every day, Monday to Friday. So you can WhatsApp me on this number. This is my WhatsApp number. I'll be able to respond to you. This is my WhatsApp number here. Thank you so much. Don't forget to share this video to other people. This is a public video. Thank you so much.